When I look back in life, I see pain, mistakes, and regrets. But when I look in the mirror, I see strength, learned lessons, and pride. Hello, my name is Naushin Shaikh, and you are watching Bookmarks of Life with Naushin, and this is the episode 4. She knows how to crunch the numbers and pinch the pennies. She's dazzlingly skilled in investing money and understands the big board of the stocks. And as far as I know her, she's as sound as a dollar. Today, she's here to spill some tea on investments. No, I'm not talking about the money. These are life investments. Please welcome Dr. Neha Gupta. Welcome to Bookmarks of Life with Naushin. Miss Neha, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Naushin, for giving me this opportunity. You have a wonderful platform. I've seen your earlier episodes and the way you based it on theme, because theme always excites people, and then you have an in-depth discussion around that theme. So congratulations for the episodes that you have done so far and the work that you are doing. It's amazing, and you have a long way to go. And I hope this channel spreads more and more and it brings more people on board.
That's really sweet of you. Thank you so much. So, you have so many feathers in your cap. You have done a PhD in international economics from IIT Delhi, working in India's premier think tanks, Indian Council of Research on International Economic Relations. You work on international trade, the manufacturing sector, industrial trade policies, global value chains, FDI in trade and yoga services. You have written international international academic papers. Usually, the minds that are into balancing books are very analytical, facts oriented. So I'm not bringing any stereotype here, but it's the usual thing. So how come this interest in positive psychology, well-being, and mental health?
Thank you for this question and for introducing me. There are two things into this PhD journey and how I moved into the positive psychology and the well-being aspect. So let me first tell you about my experience of PhD. Okay. So because unless until you understand how I view PhD, it will be difficult to understand why I moved into this line. See, my aim, generally people do PhD to just get a good job with a high salary, they'll reach a higher position.
Yeah.
My motto was something else.
Okay.
It was like I loved economics so much that I wanted to contribute in this field. I had the dream of even winning the Nobel Prize in economics. So I was in a full-time job after my master's at FICCI, and my promotion was there. I rejected my promotion and joined full-time PhD.
Okay.
So my motive was to live PhD, not to survive those 5-6 years.
Wow.
And PhD is a long-term commitment. And basically, I feel the PhD is a time of your life when there's so much going on, because you are not just out of your college. You have done masters, you have some work ex, and then there's pressure from the family, and then you have some relationship issues also. I will not always say issues, but personal life becomes somewhere priority.
Yeah.
And then 5-6 years commitment. Obviously you have to maintain some patience, but at times family, parents, they don't understand that level of commitment.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the one thing. So what happened during those years, I will talk about when I completed my graduation. Something shifted in my life. I don't want to use the bad phase, but it was really a bad phase. Where things started falling apart, relationship broke, and I was hit by anxiety. I didn't know that it was anxiety then. I used to have panic attacks, which I was not aware of, and I used to have sleepless nights. Even if somebody doesn't respond, I used to have like breathlessness. I was like, yeah, I need to talk to that person, or there was something very different which took me, I think, almost more than a year to understand. Because that time, if I talk about, that was the year 2005, and that time there wasn't much awareness about mental health, which is now. So 2 years it almost went, it coincided with my masters, and it was like it affected my studies also, but somehow I did it, So what all happened with this thing, and then there was another fear of losing people, which was a completely new for me. I was like, hey, why is it happening with me? And everything used to trigger it. That's how I started reading. I was just reading anything randomly on the Google. आज मुझे, if I'm feeling something low और मुझे बहुत घबराहट हो रही है, मैं नेट पे how to control the anxiety in this time. जो question आता है दिमाग में, I used to type on the Google, and उसके बारे में life, death questions, anything I'll type, read it. And then there was family doctors who made me understand that it was really anxiety. And it was like I started reading, and then PhD time came. I was very low in my life. Although PhD was a very good period, I got many good friends. I reached completely different level when I was student representative. I always used to think that I am a very shy person, but I never knew that I could be a student representative and people could see that in me. So that confidence also came during PhD, and people started coming to me for advice. This is like, yes, there's something in me. And then obviously there was one relation which completely broke, and it broke me down, and there was a period of emptiness. So there was like a more search. I was searching to find a way out, and this is how academics met positive psychology. So amalgamation happened somewhere, like I think it happened long back. Maybe it's like 2013, 14, 15 when this happened. So it was more like I think it was a divine calling. And academics met soul agenda. So what I feel now, it was like a soul purpose which was triggered by divine, that you have to have all these experiences, not only have a material life, but also to have another life where you can actually make people aware of it. So it's just like, it's been a journey, like it's still analytical started, but my idea of PhD was not very calculative in that. It was from the heart. So maybe when you are there to live for something, divine adds another feature to it, and then it becomes a big canvas. So it was
so I can see that the predisposition was always there in you. The seed of this positive psychology, mental health, well-being, all was there already. It was there, but some things triggered in life, some adversities come in life, and it actually grew in you. And I actually congratulate you for that you have bounced back from that adversities, and actually came out stronger. And now you're sharing these things with us, so I think that's amazing. That's very commendable.
That's
so so we also know that you are the editor and the author of the magazine Thanks to Life, which talks about mental health and well-being. So can you share something about it, and also how did you start that magazine? How come this idea of magazine?
This is my favorite topic for last 1.5 years. So how it Thanks to Life is my dream project. It's like e-magazine which is available to spread awareness among people. The idea, first I talk about the idea, because I have suffered so much anxiety and mental illness that time during 2005 or the years, there were few people who guided me, but but there was not complete awareness. And what way should I choose? I should not run from this, or whether should I move towards it? So and then when I started meeting people, I know there are so many people who are suffering, but they do not know that they are actually mentally ill. Mentally ill is a very bad word. I don't want to, but
they're in the cage. Yeah.
Cage. It's like they are victim of their mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And some people are actually very in the depression and still they'll say कि no नहीं हमें तो कुछ नहीं हुआ है. So some people are actually there. So awareness. So magazine is all about spreading awareness about mental health and even physical health. This is like how you connect your body, mind and soul. What is your soul agenda? What is actually spirituality about? What is healing? What is self-love? So a lot of healers, life coaches, motivational speakers, even MBBS doctors, Ayurvedic doctors, they all write for us. And the magazine is, we have authors from 14 years to 90 years.
Wow.
And there are authors not only who, like success stories are also shared. There are housewives also who writes, like general public also. So it's like a door open to anyone, because I think everyone has a healer in them.
Yeah.
And you can learn from anyone.
Definitely. I think I've read the magazine and I am always, in awe with the magazine, because there's a spectrum of, you have different things included in the magazine, which talks about health in general, which is mental, physical and social health as well. And I think the work you have doing it's really amazing. I really want to say that.
Thanks. Thank you. And it also provides a day-to-day life में क्या changes कर सकते हैं. You do not make big changes, but day-to-day life changes. And I'll also tell you how I got to know, came to this.
Yeah.
I have been reading throughout, and there were people who were coming to me for the advices, and my advices generally help people. Maybe it's like a divine way of getting through me. So they used to say, why don't you make a YouTube channel and post all these things? But then I was like, if I am not completely healed myself, how can I preach at this level? Although there are people who do it.
Definitely.
And then I realized, first I thought of YouTube channel, because the COVID was the time when we all were hit badly, and I wanted to contribute in something to the society. There was that urge in me, मैं क्या करूँ? So it's like YouTube channel, but then I realized that editing में बहुत time लगेगा, with the full time it's not possible. Then I left that idea. Then there was a dream of writing a book. वो मेरा बचपन का dream है, to write a book on economics and one on the mental health. I don't know when I'll do that, but I just thought कि कुछ हो तरीका. Then I like it. And one day in the 2020, when July 2020 was a very bad period, I was like, my life turned around, and I used to sit with myself alone in my office for hours to work. So there was no one to talk, but there was some loneliness, and maybe at times I read somewhere कि कई बार emptiness चाहिए होता है. That's God's way of you getting connected to your purpose. So I was thinking कि अब तो कुछ करना है, बहुत हो गया. मतलब like I need to get out of this for myself and for others also, because I am there to serve. That's what I realized. So then suddenly I saw there was a magazine lying in my cupboard, and that was a positive psychology magazine. That's like positive. So I like, why not have a magazine? And you know how this happened? I surrendered. I like कि अब नहीं आने वाला idea. I just pray to God कि please show me some way. I have no idea where my destiny is, but show me some way. And I completely surrender. And you won't believe, within 1 hour I got this idea of magazine.
So it was actually from God. Like it actually came from God, and you kind of translated it so beautifully. The idea.
And then the topic search, like magazine का title क्या होगा? And then like I spent 1 month. Everyone like my family like ये नाम होगा, and then there was ये होगा. And then suddenly this again I was like, divine, please help me get the topic. And then it happened in half an hour. Wow. So I think it's a very divine magazine, because I have seen there are people who say they will write. But then ultimately what happened, I had some experiences where people were like, हमें लिखना है, and then they when I actually asked them to write, they blocked me, and that was a very difficult experience for me. I was like, bro, why is this happening? So one of my coach Prachi, she told me, Neha, this is very divine magazine.
Yeah.
So, and the people who are not permitted by divine, won't be able to write. So don't take that personally. So I think this magazine has been a healing process for me, because I met so many people, both the people who support me and the people who blocked me.
Okay.
But it's like and 7th edition is on the way. It will be coming in the August, and it's on mental health, subconscious mind.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I think what we're talking about, what I got from you was that when we are healing, sometimes we just, living the life for ourselves, like, कि हमको बस heal हो जाना है, and whatever the adversities have come, we will do that. But the idea that the word divine that you're using is so apt here. The reason is because you are thinking about everyone else as well, not just for yourself. कि जो मैंने जो सफर किया है वो किसी और को सफर ना करना पड़े. Like they get ideas from my magazine, and I'm sure it's doing good for all. So that's amazing.
My vision is it reaches to maximum people.
Yeah.
I know there's a one challenge which everyone says, people are so lazy in reading, and especially when it's an e-magazine. But I don't know, some people say if it is a print, then we are lazy. So it's just like, I don't know, it takes time, but it takes time.
Will also. The one who really needs it, they will definitely open it and read it. So I think the will also is a factor that is there.
I'll tell you one recent example. I was just telling one person, he said कि तुम्हारी magazine का कैसे चला है? Like, good, why don't you read it? कहता मुझे ना डर लगता है मैं पढ़ के ना कुछ ज़्यादा ही सुधर ना जाऊँ.
Oh my God. No, but this is very true, because sometimes we are so used to pain because that is the only thing that we know.
Exactly.
So we don't want to get out of it, and when we want to be more analytical and go deeper in it and just think about the pain and feel that pain. So that's actually true. But I hope the magazine works for all and they do something about it. So so today we're talking about healing, and the episode is about healing. As many times mentioned in your magazines also, you have expressed ideas on it. So what does healing mean to you? And what's the meaning?
See, healing depends on different person, what level of healing is required. जो people who have been through traumas and the painful events, उनको बहुत high level की, maybe the past life regression तक चाहिए Reiki healing. And some people, उनकी life बहुत sorted होती है, but उनको भी healing कहीं ना कहीं day to day life में चाहिए होती है. So healing for me is like, it's making peace with the past, accepting the present, and moving forward with belief towards future with less worries. So it's just like you becoming closer to self. And when we say self, तो लोग डर जाते हैं, self क्या है? Some people connected to the higher self, God self. आजकल एक new term है God self, which is a part of you, which is it's equivalent to higher self. So when you know about yourself, your weaknesses, and you're fine with it, and ready to work on it to have a better life, I think that's the healing. So basically it's more about accepting.
Exactly. Acceptance of your emotions, your
and
thoughts.
Awareness. Of acceptance and awareness. Awareness की healing चाहिए. Acceptance की हाँ मुझे ऐसा feel होता है, और then only you can move forward. और acceptance भी past का पहले आएगा. You make peace with the past, तभी आगे बढ़ पाओगे. नहीं तो present में रहना है. जनरली जो भी हम meditation करते हैं, योगा करते हैं, idea is to stay in the present. To live the present. And mind is so like attached to the past and the future. It's like कि तब ऐसा हुआ था, काश ऐसे नहीं करते, और वो चलता रहता दिमाग में. And some people are saying क्यों सोचते? Why you think जो हो गया, but जिसको होता है, and that thoughts, that intrusive thoughts जो कई बार चलते रहते हैं, you don't have a hold on it. And the healing is a very continuous process. The healing, when you start healing, what happens? One layer comes out, and then you feel, अब मेरी life बहुत मस्त है. And then another thing triggers. Healing को enjoy करना चाहिए. So I think a good healer, he can make the healing enjoyable for you.
Yeah.
खुद भी healer है, मतलब it's like we all are healers. So कुछ mechanisms होते हैं which we can follow on daily basis to
Yeah.
heal ourselves, unless until it is a very serious problem.
So, would you like to share some coping mechanism that you use for your healing? I would say, but like at some point of time, I think you are healed in a way that you are aware about your own emotions and your own thoughts. But what kind of I will not say defense mechanism, but I will say coping mechanisms, a way of resilience that you use in your daily life for healing. What do you use?
I think it's very important to manage day-to-day stress. हम लोग बड़े-बड़े स्ट्रेस के लिए तैयारी कर लेते हैं, but day-to-day stress क्या होता है? किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया, घर पे ही किसी ने बोल दिया कि तुमने ये सामान उठा के नहीं रखा, और उससे कई बार कितना इरिटेशन हो जाता है.
हाँ,
right? उससे से हो जाता है. Like मान लो if I am calling somebody and that person is not picking up phone और मुझे उससे उसी समय बात करनी है, ये भी एक छोटा स्ट्रेस हो जाता है.
हाँ.
और इससे जो छोटे-छोटे स्ट्रेस होते हैं डेली बेसिस पे, they affect your brain much more, क्योंकि जब बड़ा वाला कोई आएगा तो ब्रेन इज सो मच प्रिपेयर्ड, वो एकदम से एक्शन ले लेगा. अगर हम डे टू डे को मैनेज करते चलेंगे तो हमारा बड़ी-बड़ी चीजें करने का तो जस्ट लाइफस्टाइल चेंजेस की जरूरत है. ऑब्वियसली योगा मेडिटेशन थोड़ा करना चाहिए. लाइक एट टाइम्स आई डोंट फील लाइक और आई डोंट गेट टाइम, बट मॉर्निंग में 5 मिनट्स उठते ही बेड पे देयर आर सम फिक्स 4-5 थिंग्स, 5 मिनट्स कर लिया. ब्रीदिंग तो वी कैन डू. ब्रेथ वर्क बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर स्ट्रेस को मैनेज करना है, ब्रेथ वर्क इज जस्ट लाइक कि 4-7-8 बहुत अच्छा है. यू ब्रीद इन फॉर 4 सेकंड्स, hold for 7 seconds and exhale, preferably from mouth, like you are blowing a candle, 8 seconds. Or you can do just normal timer set karo 2-3 minutes ka and do that breathing.
Yeah.
You can simple way.
But the thing that you said about
I'll just simple way is like just sit like this for 2 minutes. Your brain will get the message कि सब सही है, चाहे हो या ना हो.
all is well.
So this is the one thing कि breath work and yoga तो करना ही करना चाहिए. चाहे 5 मिनट करो, walk and connect with nature. You'll see I have the plants even in my office. So I can't stay without plants and the trees. I connect with nature so much. I talk to the trees also. Tell me what message is there for me today.
Wow.
I talk to the sky. I love blue sky. So it's just like chirping of birds. When I'm very stressed, I go out, see the greenery, and I just don't see the greenery. I feel the greenery that's going inside me.
Yeah. Ultimately, we are also nature. So
exactly, we are made of 5 elements and everything is out. So
definitely. So, and also the thing that you said, I actually want to bring that back. That you were saying that you have to deal with the day-to-day stress. Because these are the small things that are gathering in our mind, which stays in our mind, and it just becomes like we just suppress all those stress, and then there's only one small thing that is actually like when it triggers, it just bursts. So before that happens, actually, it's better to manage the day-to-day stress, like the wonderful tips that you are giving about this, connecting to the nature and everything. So
journaling, I think journaling is best thing. Journaling is like when you write in a diary. So if you can't write, one thing is like you write whatever is there in your mind, लिखो और mind को खाली कर दो. I think एक डायरी उस पे होनी चाहिए. Second is gratitude. Gratitude is the main thing.
Very much.
Gratitude multiplies things. So when you see, gratitude के भी अलग अलग तरीके हैं. I'll tell you. One is like कि suppose I have this mobile, and I am grateful for this. One thing is like, okay, so thank you, I'm so grateful that इससे मैं लोगों से connect कर पाती हूँ. This is a one way. Another level is, wow, ये मोबाइल जिसने बनाया है कितने अच्छे, इसमें कितने लोग इन्वॉल्व होंगे, कहाँ पे इसका डिजाइन सेट हुआ होगा, किसने इसका सेट किया होगा डिजाइन, कहाँ पे चिप बना होगा. So that feeling of wow, और वहां से होते हुए आया, इस पे कलर किसने डिजाइन किया होगा, फिर कहाँ पे बना होगा, कहाँ से ट्रांसपोर्ट हुआ होगा, all the distribution lines are it's just like a global value chain at a thought level.
But it's also like being a child, like a curious child, Because the child is always, wondering, wow, this is so nice. It's like a free child going. हर चीज में उसको ऐसे, कुछ नया दिखता है, and they are always excited for life. So I think that's an amazing way to put it.
I do that sometimes, and when you see, and also like sometimes if you want something, like I want a beautiful relationship, and you see the people around who are already in a good relationship, at times you feel like कि यार इनके पास है, मेरे पास नहीं है. But if you change your perspective कि उनको किसने दिया है रिलेशनशिप, यूनिवर्स ने दिया ना, एंड यूनिवर्स इज नॉट बायस्ड. तो जब उनको मिलता मुझे भी मिलेगा ना. So if you feel that way, so वो अपने आप ही ग्रेटिट्यूड आता है, थैंक यू उनको दिया.
हाँ.
And I know मेरे को भी मिल रहा है. That way is like a
in some way.
हाँ. So you are grateful plus positive affirmation. So in a journaling you can actually write what things you are thankful for. A reason साथ में लिख दो तो बहुत अच्छा है.
Yeah, the gratitude journal that we see. Yeah.
और simple अगर कुछ नहीं है तो just sit down like how am I feeling right now.
That's the mindfulness.
And why.
Yeah.
Why के बाद भी आएगा कि अच्छा ऐसा हो रहा है, क्यों. Keep asking why until you feel कि अब हो गया. But
so I think but what you are saying is it's very like wonderful. I mean, not wonderful, I would say it's very surprising to know like how you're merging your mindfulness and metacognition that we say. The metacognition, like thinking about thinking, so that you are merging. Usually these are the contradictory concepts, if we say like what is happening right now, and then you're going on a spree of thoughts. So it's a beautiful like a mixture that you're doing with this, and you have your own mechanism like that. You have made
every day journaling might change something. Someday there are things that triggered you.
Yeah.
So you have to just write कि as it is ये चल रहा है दिमाग में. Some days you feel nice, so you can be a gratitude journal or something. But journaling daily करनी होती है. अगर तुम बीच में भी skip करोगे, either do it one page लिखो, one para लिखो, but do it. Yeah. And I also have stickers around me where I write, I'll show you this like if I don't know if it's visible or not. I am love, I am only love, I deserve love. So I keep these things even in my office area.
You surround yourself with positivity actually.
Positivity. It's
There's like one more good idea, I just sometimes, when I have to write something or I'm in stress, I just mail myself. Like I mail myself. I type it down and I mail it to myself only. Or sometimes I just keep it in my draft. Sometimes we are not having the journal or the diary with us. So we can just make notes of it on our phone or mail ourselves. So जो है वो लिख दिया ऐसे.
हाँ, also when you
write way of catharsis.
But I think when you write it, these are your pressure points. This point if you press for some time, it boosts your brain.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I have some options where I write also. Because when you write, your brain works better and connection better होता है. Obviously, but nevertheless, कुछ भी करना जरूरी है. Instead of not doing anything. But I think time management, and it's not only about time management, it's also about energy management.
Yeah.
How well you can manage your energy, because most of the time, इसलिए energy protections के लिए भी there are simple exercises where you're connecting to the divine and you're feeling divinely protected. I do that exercise daily basis, and it's a very different exercise which I practice for myself. So this doesn't take much time. अगर रोज का भी करेंगे तो you have some little things you can manage. But persistence, consistency important.
Yes. And that's what we say, na, that the healing is a continuous process and it needs time. We need to we need to put conscious effort in it, and that's very important.
Yes.
So, talking about healing and the strategies of healing, would you like to share any personal experience of your healing journey?
Okay.
Like just in brief, maybe. Like if you are comfortable with it.
No, I am very comfortable because I had a wonderful healing experience in the sense that it's just during COVID I realized that now it's time to take some meditation classes, and I joined that. And I joined journaling classes also with Prachi Bhanshali. And there was a one-to-one coaching session. So what used to happen कि कई बार बहुत अच्छा फील होता है और कभी कभी just like कि things go out of way and then you are like expecting कि I am doing this healing course with you, why I am not getting healed? Getting that point, and it becomes difficult for the healer also. Then I realized later on that healer is also a person. That person can only guide you. It's in your hands that you have to actually do it. There was one thing, I don't know, that it just suddenly went out of my mind, but it was I started with the journaling, meditation, and inner child healing. Basically it's more about inner child healing क्योंकि सबके अंदर जितना भी problem है, it's from the childhood. Even if you had a wonderful childhood, you will still have that problem with you. And then again triggers came, and what happened, what happened in my journey, I met people who triggered something in me every now and then. और बहुत ऐसा होता है, वो triggers इतना परेशान करते थे, my anxiety used to, because I was under anxiety and that still pushes. अभी भी होता है that triggers आते हैं. Now I can easily identify them. पहले बहुत मुश्किल होता था. And I have been through angelic healings also. I never used to know कि angelic healings भी होती है. Ashmita Mehendiratta was another coach and she did angelic healing and all that. So what happened, कई बार last year it became very difficult when I started healing का थोड़ा सा advanced level. So release होता है and वो handle करना आसान नहीं होता. Either it's in the form of anger or you get irritated, your body gets very tired, you procrastinate, you don't feel like, okay, I don't want to scare people, but it just happens when you are filling yourself with love and light, something will go out. And my face started getting acne. Never used to have any single mark on my face, and it was filled last year, November, December. And then another journey started, and something good also happened. Something happened which was not acceptable for months. So, and then how your life is moved towards the soul purpose. So that's what I'm saying. Healing बहुत अलग experience होता है. For me, it depends on what your soul has chosen before the birth. उस हिसाब से you go through the healing. But कई phases बहुत ज़्यादा terrifying थे कि यार ये हो क्या रहा है, इसे तो नहीं लेते तो अच्छा था.
Yeah, because we become aware of the negativity that is in you, and about also we have regression that is there. So that also comes out, and when you become aware of कि हो क्या रहा है exactly, before we actually sort our house also, मतलब अगर जब सफाई करते हैं, before that also there is there's a clutter that is there. So that clutter, to manage that clutter phase is actually very it's challenging, but after that what happens is that's the healing. So
it's like कि थोड़े पीरियड के लिए बर्दाश्त कर लो, लाइफ लॉन्ग के लिए, बेस्ट रिजल्ट्स के लिए.
Definitely.
But it's like a fun experience. I have been through like transmission, light language healing also, and angelic healings, Reiki healing not into much. I don't know, somewhere it doesn't connect much with me. And journaling I have been doing. So there are so many things which I do, and I try to make. I try to enjoy healing. I've been thankful to the universe. Release होता है, कई बार बहुत मुश्किल होता है, but then I try to talk to. But overall healing से ये तो है कि there's one thing that I'll tell you, that when you talked about analytical mind कि हम लोग PhD, so I always used to have logical mind. मुझे लगता है, but नहीं, somewhere there was a thing like I need to control the things and not in the sense like that छोटी चीजें कि इस वे से होना चाहिए, I like this way, I can't, होता भी था तो मुझे comfortable नहीं feel होता था. So when I took the healing from Prachi, she told me, Neha, you are not thinking from your socha hai, like really. So how you move from your mind to your heart, that's the journey all about. For me, healing has been like moving from your logical mind towards more trust in your heart.
Yeah, becoming more intuitive. Right.
Intuitively, and like I started listening to more my heart now, and when and you started losing your control, trying to surrender to divine. So I feel one with the divine now. With the healing, it's like the two messages. Like I started following my heart, and I feel much closer to the divine. I talk to the divine. I share you experiences with you that for last 2 years, whenever I pray to butterflies start coming near to me, feathers. In my closed office room also I see feathers many times, and then at times I see repeated numbers. Butterflies is like at the place where you can't imagine the butterfly. At times I get very stressed and I looked up and like butterfly growing like this, growing like this, going like this, going like this. Like they are giving you a message that you are positive, don't worry, everything is fine. So I have been through metamorphosis process, I will tell you it that way. So healing has been entire metamorphosis process for me.
It is spiritual also, and it's also because you're open to it. You're open for the signs. So unless you
I wasn't. It was just like हुआ है, like ये हो क्या रहा है? And then somebody told me, then I searched online, अच्छा ऐसा होता है, and then I started reading books. So I was not open. Now I became open. कि मतलब I enjoyed. Oh wow.
Okay.
I wasn't open to it. It was like many things were surprise for me.
Yeah.
Healing.
You asked for a sign. Yeah.
I didn't ask for a sign. I just like universe, please help me, and I really didn't know कि वो signs होते भी हैं. So somehow
that was a discovery for you.
Discovery. Right. So healing has been a discovery, and spirituality is not only about going to the mandir and all. Like it's like when you are feeling connected to yourself and you are connected with the divine with full trust. So healing is all about accepting and trusting your life.
Definitely.
And like when I am sharing my healing journey with you, I want to just summarize it. So it was like anxiety, and the anxiety of getting things under control, getting desperate. Times there's a feelings of desperation, waiting for things to happen. That really used to trigger me a lot, and the fear of losing people. So I had this very bad fear of losing people, and it's still there. So I think it was like divine ने इतना induce कर दिया था मेरे अंदर that I have to take the healing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to give message through your platform to the people. If you know the person nearby you, your friend or your family member who is suffering from anxiety, and do be there for that person. Say that I'm there for you. Don't worry. You are loved. You are cared for. जब पर्सन एंजाइटी में होता है उसके अंदर इतना फेयर होता है वो अपने हार्ट तक नहीं पहुंच पाता. बट इट्स योर ड्यूटी इफ यू कैन डू दैट. डोंट डू इट एज अ फेवर. You really love that person, show that love to that person. At least say I am there for you. Don't worry. Don't ask कि क्यों हो रहा है, क्यों. एंजाइटी वाले पर्सन को नहीं पता होता है. एंजाइटी इज लाइक कि you are under a continuous fear, unknown fears many times.
Yes.
And it's easy to say कि क्यों सोच रहे हो, मत सोचो. जिसको नहीं फर्क पड़ता उसको नहीं फर्क पड़ता. बट आई नो पीपल जिनको कभी लाइफ में कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं तो वो बोलते थे, लेकिन जब एकदम से कुछ परेशानी आई दे रियलाइज कि वो थॉट्स नहीं रोक पाते.
Definitely. And people don't understand anxiety is actually clinical. It's not just that कि anxiety बस एक abstract thought है. ऐसा नहीं है. It's actually like like people have anxiety disorders as well. So I'm not saying everyone has a disorder, but people may have traits of anxiety which can be very severe. And
if not tackled timely or उसके साथ वो support नहीं मिला, love नहीं मिला. I'll tell you my story. My anxiety was at a different level. मतलब I can write down different types of anxieties that I've suffered in my life. It was like a supernatural type के भी होंगे, but then that was a different kind of anxiety. But you know, my family doctors, a homeopathic doctor, there was a Ayurvedic doctor. They're like, we can also give you medicine, but don't become the slave of the medicines.
Yeah.
I never had any मतलब like homeopathic का एक दो बार लिया होगा, and once I had allopathic tablet only once, huh? But it's like you fight through it. You have to live through it.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful to the universe, that God, that उसने मुझे इस चीज में फंसाया नहीं, मतलब मैं विशियस सर्कल में थॉट्स में फंसी हूँ, देयर थॉट्स दे आर कीप कमिंग एंड ओवरथिंकिंग है, बट आई नो माय ब्रेक इज देयर. लाइक सपोज इफ आई टॉक टू my relief is like I talk to do something which really excites me, like I love dancing, okay, and I love talking to my best friends and my favorite people in the family. मुझसे उससे भी आराम मिल जाता है. I know where I can break the cycle.
Yeah, so everyone has their own way of self-care and taking, I mean, and of healing as well.
Exactly. So when you do healing, you learn the ways. So हीलिंग करने का सबसे बड़ा फायदा ये होता है कि ये नहीं कि बहुत ज्यादा नहीं कि हीलिंग पूरी बॉडी से आउट. इट्स जस्ट लाइक यू लर्न योर वेज ऑफ कनेक्टिंग विद योरसेल्फ. यू कम आउट दैट, पहले 1 घंटा लगता था आने में, अब हो सकता है 10 मिनट में यू कम आउट. मे बी यू गो अगेन इन अनदर 10 minutes, but then you can come back quickly. So that's healing is like, okay, even if you're feeling nervous, even if you're feeling anxiety, even if you're feeling depression, you come out of it.
Yeah, it's just about knowing yourself कि मुझे ठंडा खाने से या बनाना खाने से सर्दी हो जाती है तो मुझे ये नहीं करना है, या फिर मुझे अदरक का पानी पीने से ठीक हो जाता है तो फिर मैं अदरक का पानी पीऊंगी. So that's what actually healing is. That's about physical healing, but even mental healing, the alternative therapies that you were talking about, like the alternative ways of healing, are also very important. It's just not about them taking a medicine or an antidepressant and just becoming a slave of that. So I think it's very commendable that you have what you have done. And talking about knowing yourself, I want to ask, we all have that side to us that we don't show to others in order to manage our emotions or to maintain our dignity in our workplace, or to please others actually many times. So I want to know, what is Neha beyond Dr. Neha Gupta?
That's a lovely question. And एक इंसान के साथ मैं बहुत हार्श होती हूँ, कई बार बहुत गुस्से से बात करती हूँ. You know who's that? Neha. I feel I am so harsh with myself. How could you do this? How could you even think of this? So मेरा control नहीं है अपने ऊपर and all that. But now when you ask this question, I realize that Neha is very adorable.
Yeah.
She has that innocence in her which makes her very attractive. It's just like I'm praising myself, but I'll talk about Neha from the other person. Like I'll use and say like Neha is like that. Okay?
Yeah.
So she's the person who finds pleasure even in the smallest things. Like barish hui, but what she does? She takes the umbrella and go out in the rain. And walk. She loves walking. And I'll tell you, while you were asking the coping mechanism, अपनी body को move करना बहुत जरूरी है. So move your body, stand, move, even for 5 seconds. ये बहुत work करता है coping mechanism. I forgot to tell that, right? So like smell of mud of the rain.
Petrichor.
When it's like मिले वो आके hug करे तो she enjoys. There's a tree in our house which is very old, almost half empty, but every day she goes and hugs that tree and say I love you and I'm there for you. I don't know tree needed it or not, but she does it. And that tree is a miracle.
Yeah.
It's completely blank नीचे और ऊपर से पेड़ पत्ते आते हैं, कैसे आते हैं ये नहीं पता, but I think it's a way of communicating love with her. So Neha is just like she loves dancing. She's a Kathak dancer, and most people doesn't know it, but she loves dancing. She lives for dancing. Like it's her dream to become to open a Kathak institute and become a very good Kathak dancer, performs here and there. And apart from Dr. Neha is it's a very simple girl. She never hides her emotions in front of her loved ones or best friends or family members. If she feels like crying, she will cry. If she's not feeling good, she's feeling depressed, she'll share. If she's happy, she will share. So she has that child in her which makes her like a bubbly ki. At times she jumps in the office also. And she dances in the office also. And उसके अंदर एक बच्चा है जिसको she is a very simple girl who loves to be pampered, to be cared for from the near and dear ones. उसको उसको चाहिए, attention भी चाहिए उसको. You know what you say कि she has her own dream world, and you know there's a character of Madhuri Dixit in Dil To Pagal Hai, where she waits for, she knows that she loves herself कहीं ना कहीं उसको ना, मतलब at times she really loves herself so much कि she hugs herself most of the time. कोई नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं, खुद से hug करना है, and alone time spend करना भी उसको बहुत अच्छा लगता है. She takes out me time every day in the office. Okay. And she has that, like one day she'll meet her soulmate. Everyone says कि नहीं होगा, and that typical दिल तो पागल वाला, like she was a dancer in that way and that. And at the same time she's very traditional also, like she do pujas and astrology week hai, and most of the things, like she keep giving advices to the people. She's always there कि मतलब कौन help करने के लिए, like अच्छा हेल्प चाहिए आओ, मतलब सारे काम. So that is also there. And लेकिन आउटलुक भी काफी मॉडर्न है. Like I'll tell you, most of my best friends, like my closest 2-3 best friends are males, and I think male and females can be very good friends. So in a way it's like you can say person who is very creative, at the same time very innocent. कई बार लगता है कि like maybe maybe she's out of this world. चल रहा है. So she's very, she's vulnerable, she's very feminine, and who loves to enjoy. अच्छे से ड्रेसअप होना है, कभी कभी बहुत सिंपल, कभी कभी एकदम बबली बन के भी ऑफिस चले जाना. तो पर्सन who lives life हार्ट से, दिल से जीता है, मतलब who really cares for the relationship despite being like economist and meeting people at the global platform, but in a way she has that simple girl next to door girl.
And I'm very pleased to meet that Neha. And it's so, like, actually, you know, when you're talking about the Dil To Pagal Hai wala thing, na, when you were explaining all that, I mean, describing Neha, I was thinking of a Yash Raj film only. Of course, it's a film, but the thing is that, of course, people should romanticize your own, like your own self. You should romanticize everything, and I think romance is very important in life. And when I say romance, it's just not romance like with your partner or your lover. It's like just romanticizing the rain, the romanticizing the flowers, your work, actually just
your life, your entire life.
Yeah, exactly. It's very important.
At times I fall in love with my earrings, at times I fall in love with my bangles, with my hair. So it's just like you way of connected with yourself. So that this Neha is very, like, very bubbly, and at the same time at times she is very emotional, very
and I'm so glad to see that, you know, with the kind of ease that you share your emotions, and you're not you don't have that fear of being vulnerable. Maybe you might have, but you have overcome that. And
exactly, that's what I have learned through the healing. So this is another lesson, that you become aware of not only emotions, but you become comfortable with them.
Exactly.
You know, when we talk about masculine and feminine energies का balance होना चाहिए. So when you are ready to accept your vulnerabilities, your feminine energy improve होगा, and be it a man or woman. And when feminine energy improves, you are able to surrender, you are able to relax, and you easily deceive in the life.
Yeah, definitely.
That's also happens.
And you know, you also talked somewhere about the inner child healing that you tried. So, you know, sometimes, like, as you also shared, that sometimes healing is needed because there are childhood or past traumas that we are that are following us for the lifetime, and we don't know even that about it, that we are carrying that kind of baggage. Like sometimes the inner child is crying and we don't know that. So now, as we recognize that and gain wisdom with our life experiences, what advice would you like to give to your younger self?
I have been doing this for a long time. I think now I started talking to my inner child. See, most of the time whenever we are doing healing, जिस दिन healing हुआ उस दिन हमने inner child से बात करी. बाकी दिन कोई मतलब नहीं. जब बहुत triggers होते तब याद आता है यार इससे बात कर लेते हैं. So that inner child wants your attention. Like, before telling you what advice I will give you, there's a one thing that I want to share you. Suppose if there's something I want from you or any person, like suppose I want attention from you,
Yeah.
and I crave for it. So that means I'm not giving attention to my younger self. That's why that inner child is not getting that attention of yours.
Yeah.
That's why that craving is happening from outside. So जब भी कहीं से कोई चीज चाहिए और ना मिल रही हो तो ये समझ लो inner child मान लो.
Wow. I think it's an amazing way to put it, because I never thought about it like that actually. You know?
It's like that. So that is craving for your attention.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's a simple way to recognize what your inner child wants. So whatever you are craving for, that is the craving of your inner child.
Yeah.
So let me just have a sip of water.
Yeah, sure.
So one thing that this is a song, if you have heard it. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you are less than whole?
Yes.
How could anyone fail to notice that that your loving is a miracle? You are deeply connected with my soul. So it's like a God is saying to the person कि मतलब तुम्हें कोई कैसे कह सकता है कि you are not beautiful, you are not whole, and how could people fail to notice that your loving is a miracle and you've always been connected to this. So this is a message I want to give, that don't worry, forget about everything what all happened, forgive yourself, forgive your past, anything, whoever has triggered, and remember that you have always been loved and cared for, even when you couldn't feel it. You were always so beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is a message, like you are worthy, deserving of everything that you desire. You just need to have that trust in your heart.
Yes.
So he strengthen karna hai. Baki. So I want to really thank my inner child on this platform. I want to say ki I really love you and I am there for you.
Oh. It just it actually gave me goosebumps when you said that, because I think everyone needs to recognize the inner child and say thank you to them, or say sometimes sorry also to them, that
most of the time apologize ki sorry for not listening to you, मान जाओ. But I start talking like जब बहुत दिनों से बात नहीं होती, इसको मनाना पड़ता है कि please talk to me, मान जाओ, and then बहुत मुश्किल से उसको फिर मनाना पड़ता है, because child stops talking to you.
True. And on that note, this is the last question, and I ask this to all my guests. So life is like a book, and if you had to bookmark one thing from your life, what would it be?
Okay, that's interesting. There's so many things have happened in my life. Okay. So I'll say keep stay in your heart and you will feel joy, because we are here to have joy in our lives. Just accept whatever it is coming, it is giving up, but with trust and patience, and then make effort for the future. And for that, I know it's a long one, but for that you need to do visualizations, have positive affirmations, day-to-day changes. So this is like stay in your heart, accept whatever comes with patience and trust, and prepare for your better future.
Thank you so much, Neha. And I'm so happy that we talked about this topic today, and I got to meet you, I got to meet two people, Dr. Neha Gupta and Neha, the child, the toddler that is a curious child who loves to roam and loves to ask questions about the life. And thank you. Yes, and who knows how to laugh and love, and also spread the love, not just loving herself, but also spreading that love. So again, thank you so much for coming on this show, and I'm sure that everyone has gained some thing from this episode itself. And Fine. So then we will meet soon again on this platform with the new episode. And till then, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day, everyone.